Okay, dear friends, welcome to this class. So, already in a last class, we had been regarding about the diseases caused by these microbes and also the useful microbes and which cause harmful to human beings. So, in the last classes, what exactly we discuss is disease caused by the microbes. So, depend upon that microbes, we classify this disease as what it is protozoan diseases, viral diseases, and bacterial diseases like this. So, already I sent one PDF for you. I think you already wrote that PDF in your notes in HW. So, they are very clearly given in that chart and which disease is caused by the which virus or bacteria, protozoan, and what are the main symptoms of that diseases. Yes, sir. So very important is there. Please read it well. Understand? Okay. Here, let's come in this chapter. So we will discuss about now spread of disease by insect. Spread of disease by insect. That means even insects can also spread the diseases. That means here insects they act as a vector. Vector is nothing but media. That means they spread the diseases from person to person, from one living organism to another living organism. Here they act as a mediator or media, you can call it as a vector. Here insects act as a vector in the spreading of diseases. How so? Let's see with example. Here normally you heard the disease name, that is a malaria. Malaria disease. It is commonly seen in where? In a summer season. Yes or no? In a summer season. Malaria disease. So this disease, it is caused by, it is spread by insect. This is a malaria disease spread by insect. So which insects are? Anopheles female mosquito. Anopheles. It is a female mosquito. Remember students, one thing normally mosquito they sucks the blood of human beings, yes sir. Why sir? Why they sucks the blood of human beings? It's a very important question. So what they sucks the blood? They are female mosquitoes. They are female mosquitoes. So they need a protein substances. They need a protein substances for their reproduction. So to get a protein substances, they sucks our blood. So our blood that provides protein substances to that insects. Hence they sucks only what? Blood of human beings. So this mosquito also act as a vector in the spreading of disease. Let's see how. Malaria disease is normally I think you might hear this disease name. It is commonly seen in a summer season. It is spread by the insect Anopheles. Remember it is a female mosquito. Anopheles is a female mosquito. It is spread by a female mosquito and it is caused by Plasmodium vivax. It is caused by Plasmodium vivax. This is a protozoa. Plasmodium is a protozoa. It is a protozoa disease. Understand? Caused by the Plasmodium vivax. It is a protozoa, but it is spread by what? Insect. Which insect? Anopheles female mosquito. Anopheles female mosquito that spreads the diseases. How, sir? How it spreads the diseases, sir? From person to person. Let's see. If this female Anopheles mosquito bites the infected person, bites the blood of infected person. Infected means the person who infected the disease from malaria. If a insect that sucks the blood of the infected person from the malaria, then again that mosquito that bites the healthy person. If it bites the healthy person, that releases that disease causing germs, that means Plasmodium vivax protozoans directly into that healthy person's blood. Directly into healthy person's blood. So when this Anopheles female mosquito bites the healthy person, that directly diseases the disease causing organism, that means Plasmodium vivax protozoa, directly into that healthy person's blood. In that, when the Plasmodium enters into the healthy person's body, so it started to multiple. It started to multiple its number. So then the number of this protozoan Plasmodium vivax increases in that body, and it also causes a malaria disease in a healthy person. So here this disease is spread by this Anopheles female mosquito. Understand? So be careful about these mosquitoes which are seen in your houses or in your surroundings. So where these mosquitoes are arise, remember one thing: don't let to store water in your homes or in your surroundings for a long time. That we call as stagnant water, because where there is a stagnant water, in those places mosquitoes they lay eggs. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ದಿವಸ ನೀವು ನೀರು ನಿಂದಿರಿಸಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ನಿಂತ ನೀರು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ನಿಂತ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ ಈ ಸೊಳ್ಳೆಗಳು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಮನೆ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಾಗಲಿ ನೀರು ನಿಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೋಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮಸ್ಕಿಟೋ ದೇ lay eggs only in a stagnant water. Understand? Okay. So in that places they can only multiply their numbers by laying the eggs. Understand? See. The second one is the main important, dengue is there. It is also, I think you heard this name, this is named dengue. So it is the spread by the insect Aedes. Aedes aegypti. Actually complete name is the Aedes aegypti. It's the name of that mosquito, Aedes aegypti. So this Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the disease dengue. This dengue is caused by the virus dengue virus. Same. If this Aedes aegypti mosquito, when it sucks the blood of infected person of dengue, and the same mosquito if it bites the healthy person, so that mosquito, Aedes aegypti mosquito, that releases directly that disease causing viruses into the healthy person body. So when this dengue virus enters into healthy person body, it again started to multiply its number, and it causes also dengue disease in that healthy person. So by biting these as insects, they can spread the diseases from person to person. Understand? Here these insects are also that spreads the disease from one living organism to another living organism. So here I am giving two examples. So first one is malaria disease. It is spread by the mosquito Anopheles female mosquito, caused by the Plasmodium vivax, which is called protozoa. And second disease is the dengue disease. It is spread by the insect Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti, and caused by dengue virus. Understand? Not only insects, even houseflies. Houseflies also causes some diseases, and also they cause the spoil of food. Understand? In next part is there, what is that? Food preservation. Let's see what is a food preservation. Okay. Food preservation. Before going to know this food preservation, first we have to understand what spoilage of food. When the food becomes spoiled, sir, it's very important. When your food it is attacked by the microbes, that means microorganisms. Best example is the bacteria. Understand? So when the food is attacked by the bacteria, so those bacteria they completely decomposes the food. When the food get completely decomposed by this bacteria, so that we call it the food gets spoiled. That is the spoilage of food. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಹಾರ ಹಳಸುತ್ತೆ, ಆಹಾರ ಅಳಿಸೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಗಳಿಂದ. So when this food is attacked by the bacteria, they completely decomposes that food, and that is we call it as a spoilage of food. Understand? If you eat the spoiled food, that causes food poisoning. If you eat the spoiled food, that causes a food poisoning. Understand? So even that food poisoning that causes, you know what, vomiting. What it is? Vomiting. It can cause us vomiting, and it can also cause us a diarrhea. Vanti ಬೇದಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, diarrhea ಇದೆ, ವಾಂತಿ ಬೇದಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And sometimes it causes abdominal pain. It causes what, you know, abdominal pain. So if you eat the spoiled food, that causes a food poisoning. That will cause a food poisoning. So this food poisoning that causes the even vomiting. In somebody's it causes what, abdominal pain, and in somebody's it causes what, you know, what, see, diarrhea ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಂತಿ ಬೇದಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so to avoid this food poisoning, to avoid the spoilage of food, we have to preserve the food. We have to preserve the food very safely. Understand? So that we call as a food preservation. See, what is food preservation, sir? The process by which spoilage of food is prevented. The process by which spoilage of food is prevented, it is called food preservation. It is called food preservation. Understand? See, the process by which spoilage of food is prevented is called food preservation. So which are those, how can we prevent, how can we preserve this food? Here several methods are there, methods of food preservation. Let's learn one by one. Here different methods are there, preservation of foods. Let's see. Food preservation method, methods of food preservation. Here first one is there, drying. First one is there, drying, which is also called dehydration. Which is also called dehydration. Dehydration means, you know, in simple words we say it is a process of removal of water. It is a process of removal of water from that any substance, any food item, that we call as a dehydration. Understand? The process of removal of water from food item, that we call as a dehydration. So it in general it is also called drying. Understand? Because if it contain a moisture or water, that leads to the growth of your microbes. The moisture that leads to the growth of microbes, that allows the growth of microbes. Hence we have to remove the water from that food items, from the spoilage of food, to prevent the spoilage of food. So this is the first method, is the drying or dehydration. So once again I repeat that dehydration means it is a process of removal of water. Understand? See, example is there, vegetables like methi leaves. Vegetables like methi leaves, even spices, and cauliflower. So these kind of vegetables and spices, they are commonly dried in the sun, because sun also gives us a heat. So due to that heat, if a water present in all these vegetables, they get evaporate and they become dry. So it is a drying by using the heat of the sun. They are dried in the sun. Understand? So when they are dried in sun, they completely loses the water present in them, and it is free from water, and we can also preserve that food like this. Okay. And second example is the fish and meat. In nowadays, these fishes and even meat, they are sold in a packets. These are available in the markets in a pack. They are called packed food items. Before packing the fish or meat into the packs, understand, they have to dehydrate. That means you have to remove the water from that even fish and meat. How, sir? By giving heat or smoke. By smoking or giving heat, they can remove the water. From that meat or even fishes. Understand? So after completely dehydrating the fish and meat, then again they are able to pack in a packets. Understand? So now it is very available in the packets in the markets, packaged food items. So before going to pack, they have to dehydrate them by giving heat or smoke. Understand? So that drying or dehydration is the best example of preservation of food. Simple method is there. Understand? Because if any food item contain a moisture or water in it, so that allows the growth, especially moisture. That moisture allows the growth of microbes. Understand? So to avoid the spoilage of food, very simple method is the dehydration or drying. You can dry that food item in naturally sunlight. Understand? Either you can give heat, either by smoke. You can prevent that moisture. You can prevent the spoilage of food item that using a drying method or dehydration method. Let's come second method is there. What it is? Freezing. Either you can say refrigeration. Freezing or refrigeration. That means cooling. At very low temperatures, some microbes they cannot grow. Understand? Because this freezing or refrigeration that prevents the multiple growth of that microbes. That prevents the multiple growth of these microbes. So that method we call it freezing or refrigeration. To do this, we have using what? Refrigerators. Either you can say freezers. I think you also have refrigerators or freezers in your homes. Understand? What you kept? What kind of food items you kept in that refrigerators? Can you name me? Can you give the examples to me? Okay, milk. See, meat, especially meat, vegetables, milk, and even fruits. Understand? So these kind of food items, meat, vegetables, milk, and fruits are kept in a refrigerator to avoid the spoilage of that food materials. Understand? So because this refrigeration, understand? Because this freezing or refrigeration that stops the multiple growth of these microorganisms. Understand? By using refrigeration or freezing, that means refrigerators in our homes, we can also prevent the spoilage of food. That is also another method of preservation of food is there. Next one is the pasteurization method. What it is? Pasteurization. Pasteurization means this method is especially discovered by Louis Pasteur scientist. Who discovered this? Louis Pasteur. So due to this, that method is named as a pasteurization. Pasteurization means it's a very simple process. Normally all women they are doing this method in their homes. When they bring the milk from market, so when they directly go to the kitchen, they started to boil that milk. Not only milk, because milk contains that microbe, that is a bacteria, that is a lactobacillus bacteria. If we let it that milk in the same state, so that bacteria present in milk that decomposes the milk and it turns into curd. Yes or no? So to prevent that curdling, we have to boil the milk at a temperature, especially 70 degrees Celsius. So when you heat the any substance at a 70 degrees Celsius temperature, so that temperature kills the microbes. That temperature kills the microbes. Understand? So that giving heat only. That giving heat only, especially that this what 70 degrees Celsius temperature. So that also avoids the spoilage of food. So this method we call it as a what it is pasteurization method, because this method was discovered by the scientist Louis Pasteur, hence it is named as pasteurization. Understand? So normally even honey and beer and wine and juices are also preserved using this method pasteurization, and pasteurized milk is stored in a sterilized pouches and bottles and even bottles. That is a pasteurized milk. It is stored in what? In a pouches and bottles. What you bring the milk from the market in a packets, that is a pasteurized milk. Understand? So pasteurization is nothing but it's the heating of that milk at a temperature 70 degrees Celsius. It is discovered by the scientist Louis Pasteur. Hence it is named as pasteurization. The next coming preservation method is the salting and adding sugars. Salting and adding sugars, they are called as natural preservatives. So we will discuss about that next upcoming preservation methods in the next classes. Okay, so thank you for watching this class. Take down these notes in your HW. Okay. I will come again in next class with the next methods of food preservation. Okay. Thank you for watching this class.